On the night of March 8, 2014, 239 people boarded Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. It was supposed to be a routine red-eye from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Passengers smiled at loved ones, buckled in, and listened to safety instructions they'd never need. But within an hour, the aircraft vanished without a trace. No distress call, no emergency signal, no debris. It was as if the Boeing 777 had simply evaporated. This is the unsettling, unsolved, and increasingly sinister mystery of MH370. At 12:41 a.m., Flight 370 took off. On board were business travelers, tourists, children, and an experienced crew. Good night, Malaysian 370. Those would be the last words ever heard from the aircraft. Minutes later, the plane's transponder used to communicate with civilian radar was manually turned off. At 2:22 a.m., military radar picked up an unidentified object moving west. Far off course, the aircraft zigzagged over the Malacca Strait and vanished again. Why was the passenger jet behaving like a ghost ship? As hours turned into days, panic set in. Families waited in airports, staring at screens that still read delayed. Search teams scoured the South China Sea only to learn they were looking in the wrong place. British satellite company Inmarsat detected a faint signal known as a handshake from the plane. Hours after it disappeared, they traced it to a final arc over the southern Indian Ocean. But that arc covered a vast, remote stretch of sea. Was it a hijacking? Or something darker, maybe a cover-up? Attention turned to Captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah. He had over 18,000 flight hours and no known issues. But investigators found a home flight simulator one path eerily matched MH370's suspected final route into the Indian Ocean. Was it a coincidence? A practice run? Or something far more chilling? No motive was found, no note, no terrorist claim. Zaharie had a stable life, a loving family, no extremist ties. Some blamed a planned political act. Others pointed to military involvement. Some even believed the plane landed in secret, and certain governments knew more than they admitted. In 2015, a wing part called a flaperin washed ashore on Reunion Island. More debris followed in Mozambique, Madagascar, but no full wreckage, just fragments. For families, it was grief without closure. They promised us the world, one mother said, and gave us nothing. In 2017, Malaysia declared all 239 passengers presumed dead, but the world wasn't ready to move on. Documentaries, whistleblower claims, and private investigations kept the story alive. Was MH370 shot down by mistake? Was there a system failure? Or is the answer still resting at the bottom of the sea? MH370 remains more than a mystery. It's a scar, a reminder of how far aviation has come, and how far it still has to go. 10 years later, 239 families are still waiting. Maybe one day, the ocean will give up its secret. Until then, we're left with echoes of crime, and a plane that vanished into the dark.